This is Crystal, and I'm back for part 22 of the Human Journal. I call this journal Friendship. I'm going to talk about my take on friendship and my experience through this life so far. And, it's not going to apply to everybody, but there's so many different types of friendships. Everyone has their own interpretation of friendship. And, I'm just going to talk about my feelings towards it. And it's going to be a little similar from my, this chapter is going to be a little similar to my family affair. The chapter 21. Because, you see, like family, friendship, you see, a lot of us maybe don't realize, but in friendship, there's obligation in friendship. A lot of you probably don't realize it, but when I was doing my chapter 21, and I was breaking things down about the whole idea of family and how people in the household act towards one another. It's very similar towards friendship, because it's about a relationship with another person, whether it's your family member or it's a friend. So it's going to be a little similar towards my chapter 21. Yeah, friendship. I had different experiences in this life so far about friendship. The start of my life here, in my heart, I have an ideal. A lot of it was feeling. And I had an ideal about friendship. And to me, no, it's not like somebody in this dimension taught me, okay? I know I'm starting off this clip a little strange, but a lot of you that's listening to this clip, you all know that I'm not of a human, and I talk about other dimensions, okay? So that's why I'm starting off kind of like this. You see, when I had a feeling state of friendship, okay, even though in the beginning of my journey here, I didn't know why I was here, but I had this feeling inside of me about a connection, a bonding among other beings, okay? And you see, I took that as friendship. I like the feeling that everybody together. That's how I felt. I still feel that now, but I'm just explaining to you from the beginning of my journey here. And so I learned a lot how friendships in this dimension goes about. Things a little different. Maybe not a little, but maybe a whole lot different. But there's different levels of friendship I've learned, okay? And, I'm going to school here, I always end up having a few friends. Yeah, I always end up having a few friends. You see, my character, because I spent a lot of great deal of my time, even when I was going to school, I spent a great deal of my time analyzing a lot of people. And a lot of times most of the time I'm quiet. Yes, I've been shy a lot of times. I didn't know, just learning how to interact with people. And, but I kept most of the things to myself. But if I do end up interacting with people and they become like some sort of friendship, yeah, I'll talk. We'll just talk like basic things or whatever, sports, and I adapted to this. I tackle on this about sports, video games, growing up in high school, for example, right? Or even before high school. I always, in grade school, junior high school and elementary school, whatever, I always had like a few friends. And I always wanted to make more friends. I just felt like it was different. I just felt like each person is very different. I was like, it's about signals. People give different signals. And that's what I realized back growing up. And some people are not open to be a friend. Some people are. Some people just be friends for different reasons, whatever. But I'll do my best to call out some examples here in this chapter. So I always end up, always find myself only like a few friends. I've seen people, let's say, I'll talk a little bit about my high school experience. I've seen people that had friendship, like a whole crowd of people. And I always wonder, like, wow, that's just interesting. What makes the person have such a large portion of friends, a lot of friends. And a lot of people, some people say it's the charisma a person gives off, right? And I say to myself, okay. But, it's a different reason. People just, the energy that you give off. But I felt like I was giving off good energy too. I was just being myself. I always be myself. I never really try to fit into any groups. That's just my spirit. This is my character. On my Twitter account, I have one of the stuff on my tweet message that I pinned, is that one of the stuff that I say on that pinned message, that I don't try to fit into groups. I am what I am, I do have a lot to offer in this world. That's why I came here. There's a reason, obviously. I know why. Obviously, those that know me, that follow me and hear my chapters, you know why I'm here. But as far as friendship, I value friendship. I always appreciate, when I have people that's around me and stuff. And I learned a lot about friendship in this dimension, that people come and go. People come and go. And this is going to be a little tricky, but it's kind of, because again, there's so many different, everybody has a different interpretation of friendship, and I understand that fully. I used to feel like there was only one way, but I don't know, I explain it well in this clip, but I could just tell you this, that a lot of people have a different interpretation of friendship. So, but we had some few friends and stuff. This might go a little off topic, slightly, depends how I don't know. But let me just start with this. When I was growing up, my mother, she was very overprotective of me, okay? All right, I didn't really have much of a social life. Unless I'm in school or I interact with other kids and stuff like that. But my mother, she was very overprotective, okay? And looking back at that now, it's not a very healthy thing, okay? I did mention something like that, being overprotective of my family affair club. But anyway, I didn't really have much of a social life. I wanted to interact with more kids. I just want to interact with people, and I just want to I want to share kindness. I wanted to, I wanted to meet people. It's the feeling I had, and I'm looking back at that now. The feeling I had in the beginning of my journey here, because it's the way of being of my experience in a dimension before Earth. Very bonded to other multidimensional beings like myself. We call it light beings. I don't remember the race of the humanoid that I was part of. I just don't remember the names. So at some point I know it will reveal to me, so I'm not going to sweat it. But all I'm going to say is that my behavior, my feelings and stuff like that, it was there for a reason, because it's the way I go about things in a different dimension. The other beings and I was the bonding was very tight, very connected. A lot of it spiritually and stuff like that. So I felt back then that I felt that I was carrying something that I know in this world. Even though I didn't quite understand all that fully at the time. But yeah, the way I wanted to treat people here, I wanted to do the same in some way. Again, I'm just trying to recollect why I'm here and why I feel a certain way. But the feeling was good. I had good feelings. I wanted everybody to appreciate me as well as I appreciate them. Or I want everybody to love me as I love them. It's the energy, okay? It's the circulation of that energy. And, but as time goes by in this dimension, yes, I learned different things. Yes, I held on to things. Yes, I've been hurt. I had people that claim they're my friends, but they're not my friends. I've been through different things, and when I experienced those things, it kind of got me into a tailspin. Kind of scratching my head about it. And yeah, I've gone through a lot of changes. This idea, this energy, this friendship energy that's within me, it felt like it's been molded in so many different ways in this dimension. It's like, I don't know, it's like my take on friendship is not the same as it was when I first started my journey in this world. It's just not the same. But I'm not saying it's a loss, no. It's these are lessons. Everything in life is an experience. Friendship is an experience. Friendship is an idea. Like anything in life is an idea. It's a suggested idea. Okay? Friendship, family, all these things, right? And I had a couple of people that I could think of right now. I had a close friend of mine that we met in a church, this Christian church I used to be part of, and we was friends for a long time. He was one of the first people that I decided to be open about my background, about my life in a different, having a life experience before Earth. Even though I didn't know who I was, okay, I had some basic information, and I shared that with him. I shared that with him and other things, right? And a lot of stuff happened, a lot of things changed. And I forgot to mention this also about my mother. My mother was very overprotective. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's something else I wanted to add to this. She's very overprotective, so I didn't have a social life, okay? So whenever I try to interact with friends, she seems to be, she thinks that she was doing something good, but whatever. Everything, like I said, is an experience. She was like a barrier to people that I wanted to learn. I wanted to interact with people of my own. But she's too busy because, you see, my mother decided to let fear take control of her. So what it does, it just kind of affect different things. So yeah, she plays a barrier when it comes to me wanting to socialize. She herself, she has a very negative outlook about socializing people, and that's another story now. But all I'm saying is that growing up, I didn't really have much of a social life, and I felt very bitter, very upset about that for a very long time. And but yeah, no, it's just whatever. Things happen for a reason, and you know. So to continue on with this person that I lost contact with, is, this guy that I met in church. Yeah, we was really close friends, and yeah, it's just I used to talk to him about whatever I was going through. Talked about him. I used to talk about things, a lot of stuff, a lot of things. And I used to call him. I never forget. I used to call him, and a lot of stuff that I talk about every time I call him is about problems. I don't want to say I was using him intentionally. Like, it wasn't like my first thought, because I value the friendship. Is the other thing I was looking at in the friendship is like he was like an outlet. He was an outlet. So every time, whatever I was going through, I'll talk to him. I'll express a lot of stuff. And yeah, it's just, that's how it was. That's how it was. A lot of people that I did knew that I used to keep in contact was somewhat similar setup with him. But yeah, a lot of people I used to talk, and it was like, yeah, it was like friends. I'll talk and all kind of stuff. But yeah, it got to a point that the idea of friendship, my idea of friendship was molded into someone there to talk to. Someone that's just there to talk to. You can share stuff, go out, hang out, whatever. That's how all the years go by. Fast forward to now, all the years fast forward to now. That's how I looked at friendship. But yeah, when I had people that suddenly that I felt like they just don't want to be around me, or there's a change going on in a relationship, whatever, yes, I experienced these feelings. I experienced these emotions, these negative emotions of betrayal, all that stuff. Yeah, I did. The person that I was telling you about, we was very close friends and I met him in the church. Yeah, I felt very hurt for a very long time. And yeah. I just want to start off with my experience with, my friendship with people. I mean, I had different experiences, I don't want to sound like I'm repeating myself. I'm just saying that there's gotten to a point so much that how I put it, I just don't really, it affected me that I just don't trust people. I don't. Where I'm at now, somewhat like that. Like, I don't want to invite someone in so much. Now, this is taking a lot to say this. Obviously, this is a journal. It takes a lot of balls to share a lot of my feelings in my journal and sharing it to anybody. But yeah, I'll be flat out. I'll say it, But I've gotten better, because you see, my head is saying that, oh, don't trust any more people. Don't bring any new people in your life. And, that's the mind, because you see, I'm holding on to stuff. And I have to look at it this way: who I am. I'm consciousness, just like everybody else. Okay, nobody can't really hurt me. I mean, my ego might get hurt, or feelings and all this stuff, but no one can't really damage me in a sense. Nobody can. Nobody can. And So yeah, I do have, in spite of how I feel mentally about friendship, through and through, I'm still open to meeting people. You know, I've gotten wiser, a lot of wisdom involved. Uh, you know, I, I will say this, out of all my followers on my Twitter account, okay, there's only a few people that I'm communicating often, and I think about those guys a lot, and I really appreciate them. I really do. So I know they're listening to my clip. They know I'm talking about them. But yeah, I really appreciate the friendship. I'm touched when some of them will tell me, Presto, I learned a lot from you in this journey. I feel really touched. I'm glad. I'm so glad. I just want to circulate friendship and careness and love and just inspiring each other, because even though I'm from a different dimension, we're all consciousness, every one of us. And I really appreciate the people that I communicate often. I wanted to do that to more people. I wanted to communicate. I wanted to reach out to people. I send people direct message. There's some people that suddenly open with me. Some people they'll start talking to me about personal stuff they won't say on outside the direct message, which I understand. And I keep it private. I respect that. And I appreciate somebody that's being open to me and sharing stuff to me, because it shows a trust. And I really appreciate that. I do. They don't know me physically on a physical plane, even though I can say that we're all consciousness and spirit and everything. But, in a physical plane, let's just put it this way, they don't really know me. But, the thing is that they see something in me. And they feel like, I feel like I could just talk to them about different things. And again, I treasure that. I do. I really do. So yeah, I just want to say I'm really grateful for the people that I'm constantly in communications with, in Twitter or wherever I socialize on the web. But the thing is that everybody, friendship. I don't want to be too technical. Okay, I'm just being very loose, and maybe I'm generalizing it, and maybe I'm making things so simple, whatever. But you see, to me, if you have people you used to be down with for so many years, you're so cool and all that, and something changed, and boom, hey, what happened? I want to say this. I want to pass this on to anybody, okay? And I'm talking through my own experiences. This may not apply to anybody, to everybody, excuse me. Every one of you shift from one dimension to another dimension, even though you're on this planet, okay? You are constantly shifting, okay? I will inspire people to go within, meditate, shift into different realities, okay? But regardless, let's say if I don't say that, okay, you're going to shift into different realities. Things change all the time. Consciousness is about movement. You remember I told you that in my other clips, on my recent chapters. And, we feel, I know sometimes we can feel disfranchised, or we can feel bombarded, hurt, because we feel like we don't have any friends or people that used to hang out with us. They're like, what happened to them? And I'm going to put it like this, everybody, and I'm hoping that this would really, I'm hoping that what I'm about to say that you take in for yourself, okay? And this will inspire you. When you see people suddenly not in your life no more, it's nothing to do with you. It's not saying that you're a loser, you're a problem, and not saying that they're a problem, not saying that they're losers, none of that. You see, one of the things that I'm learning looking back now, even the person I was telling you about that I met in church, and we was friends for so long, we just, whatever, we don't contact. Anyway, you see, when you go into a different level within consciousness, when you shift into different levels within consciousness, things change. You see, the people in your life at the time that they're not there right now, they serve the purpose for you at that time. It could be, I mean, it could, you know, I know it depends who you are, depends on your situation. You probably say, wait a minute, you gonna tell me this friend of mine backstabbed me, or he slept with my girlfriend, or stuff like that? What do you mean? This guy, whoever that you had an experience with, an encounter with, and you're no longer friends, whatever. Okay, it's just you gotta look at it this way. You're shifting from one reality to another reality. Okay, and it all falls down to different levels. You know, they serve a purpose. I don't have all the answers, everyone, but just follow me what I'm saying here. You see, I'm going to use myself an example on this. You see, the person that I met in church, right? All right? He served a purpose, okay? There's other people I lost contact with. He served a purpose. You see, I'm not the same person, okay? I'm not the same person I was when I used to communicate with a lot of these people. I'm not. So it's funny. It's like when you change from within, you see your scenery, okay? Things around you change. Some things will still be with you, but things change, you know? Your scenery will change. So the people that you used to hang around with, it's just that because it all falls down, you're the focal point. Let's just focus on you now, okay? I don't want to make the people that used to be friends with as a focal point. No, it's not. Just want to focus on you, okay? For example, right? So when you change from within, your surroundings and everything else will change. All right? A lot of people will get caught into the outside change. You know, your outside change and then your inside change. No. You see, when you change inside, then your outside change. So yeah. It's they serve the purpose. They was there, and you know, I learned a lot about myself. Okay, again, I'm not the same being that I was a couple of years back. I'm not. And if I ever run into these people that I used to interact with, they're not going to, I personally feel they're not going to recognize me. No, they're not going to recognize me because I'm just completely different. And it's not so much on the outside of everyone, it's more on the inside. It's where I'm at spiritually. And yeah, I just want to say that. Take this in for yourself. Okay, this has nothing to do that it's not saying it's your fault and you're a loser and all that. Your consciousness, all right? You're not a loser. If you want to place yourself as a loser, okay, it's your choice. But deep down inside, beneath all those layers, you are consciousness. That means a lot. Okay? Let go. My other thing I want to say, let go. You've been hurt, falls along what I was saying, the first thing. Okay? Let go. Don't, you know, it's, because when you let go, you see of negative experiences. I mean, you learn from it. Everything's lessons, no matter if it's good or bad, okay? Things that's not serving you, okay? You know, let it go. All right, let it go. You have people that just, they betray you in so many different levels. Just let it go. Because when you let it go, you're allowing peace to go inside of you, to go in. Let go. when you recognize that you're not human, see, when you don't identify yourself as human and that you're consciousness, you're not going to, these things won't fade you. Like, for example, that someone decided one day to be your friend, next day they're not your friend. That's not going to fade you. Because you look everything around you and beyond this realm and the next realm, whatever, and the next realm and the next realm, your consciousness. You're connected to a lot of things. Everything, excuse me. So that won't fade you. I want to just throw it out like that. So forgive yourself, okay? All right, these are just basic things now, but I still feel like I need to share this, even for myself. Forgive yourself and forgive others, all right? The reason why I say forgive yourself is for a reason. Because, you see, like I told you in my other human journal clips, one of the things that stands out with humanity is the mind. The mind, you see, the ego, the structural mind, okay, because we shape it to a certain way. When you start to feel critical of yourself and you start to judge yourself and all that, yeah. It's because the belief system that you're holding on to. So you got to forgive yourself. You got to feed yourself good thought, okay? So regardless of what happened with the relationship you have with this person, that you was a friend, whatever, or your coworker, best friend, whatever it is, whoever. Yeah, you just forgive yourself. And not only that, just love yourself, and then you forgive and forgive somebody and just let them go. Just, wish them well, and that's it, This takes work, I don't want to villainize the mind. I know maybe I might come across on my chapter that villainize the mind, like I'm making a mind like some sort of Satan character. No, it's not. The mind, to me, see, the human mind, you see, I was talking to my friend of mine the other day, actually. I want to say this really, really quick. You see, the brain, the human brain is like the vessel for the human mind. The human mind, okay, the mind, which is thought, you see, it is a level of consciousness. You see, the human mind is like an orb. It's like an orb-like shape. It flickers like different colors. On my DMT experience, right, when I was having my channel experience, right, one of the beings that I was channeling, right, it was looking at the mind, the human mind, and I saw it from it's kind of weird, from an out-of-body experience / channel experience. The mind is like a flickering light. It's a form. It's like an energy form, right? But that's the mind. It has different thoughts and all that stuff. So, because, and I know this might sound weird what I say, but like I said, the mind, even though I said to you that the brain is like a vessel, it's like the brain is like a vehicle for the mind. It's like a car, okay? Let's just put it that way. And the mind is basically like an orb-like or flickering light. It's just black. It flickers different thoughts and all that stuff. It could be fearful. It could be all kinds of thoughts. It could feel insecure and all kinds of thoughts. Good thoughts, bad thoughts, whatever. You see, your consciousness, okay, even though that the mind, let's say I'm just going to talk about the human mind, for example, it is a level of consciousness. You can shape it. That energy, that form of energy, you can shape it into what you want it to shape it to. Okay, it's like clay. Look at your mind like clay. All right, hopefully this will be easier for you to go into yourself and recondition your mind. Okay, the mind is like clay. Okay, be the artist. You're an artist. You are very creative. Change the mind up. All right. I hope what I just shared brings a lot more clarity about the whole thing with the mind. Again, I'm not trying to villainize the mind. It's not an evil entity in your body, and it's been, oh my gosh, I'm being taken over. No, it's just It's just that because we put so much belief system within ourselves through time of stuff that's not really serving you. It's like you're really creating your own world. It's like a lot of us, we create our own hell. We do. We actually do. But the beauty part about this, everyone, is that you can get out of hell anytime you want. The mind is not powerful than you. It will suggest that it's powerful than you, and then you find yourself holding your head tight. Oh my God, I can't stop my mind. Look, if you find yourself holding your head tight and you feel like, oh my gosh, it's hard. Look, I just want to suggest that you do this. Look at yourself bigger than the mind. Identify yourself that you're consciousness, because that's the truth, okay? And just gain control of your mind. Just stop it. That's it. Shape it up. Now. Right now. All right? Constantly say to yourself, this is easy. Yes, I can change my mind now. Yes, I can. I can mold my mind at any shape I like. But yeah, the mind is going to suggest that it's hard. It's going to try to give you figure out the ABC. How you going to do this, and how you going to do that, how you going to do this, and how you going to do that. Don't worry about all that. Skip all that. All right? Your consciousness. All right? Just mold your mind up. So I don't want to go too far off the friendship topic. So yeah. The thing is, let go of people that hurt you. Like you have friends, whatever, let go. If you don't have anybody in your life and you don't have any friends, that doesn't mean anything wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay? I will emphasize in this. You are consciousness. I know this is going to be very tricky to the mind. A lot of us, we feel alone. Sometimes I feel alone. But, this might take you back for a moment. You're might sit there and kind of like scratch your head what I'm about to share. And I had to think about this too for a while. You see, everyone, consciousness is alone. I know it doesn't make sense maybe, but just go into this. Go into this with your heart. You see, all the people and every being from other dimension, everything, it's all wrapped up into one source. So if you want to say you're alone, well, I can say it like this. Maybe this is a better way of putting it. You are one. You understand? You are one in source. You are it. Do you understand? There's nothing outside of you. I don't care if there's a person that's physically separate from you. I don't care. All I'm trying to tell you is that you are one. Look, I ain't going to lie. This is a little tricky for myself because I got used to this idea for so long in this dimension that I feel so alone. Like I get these feelings. It's because the mind is suggesting that you're alone. This is not. You're lacking in this area. You're lacking on that area. Right? And because the mind's limited in certain levels. Okay. What I do is that, like I said, I have to step outside of my mind and look at things in a much more, in a broader view. And when I look things in a much broader view about life and who I am, I feel better. Like even right now, as I'm recording this, I feel better. I don't feel like some loser or, oh my gosh, you're lacking these areas in life. No, I don't. I mean, I have to say to myself, I know who I am. I'm consciousness. All right? That means a lot. Okay? So I wanted to pass this on to everyone to really take it in your heart. This is very important now, okay? I know a lot of times this does play on people's lives here and there about friendship, okay? I want to talk about, I did mention this earlier about obligation, okay? Now, I used to feel, and I'm going to express this, okay? When I used to call When I used to call this close friend of mine, we used to talk anyway. When we used to talk about I used to call him about problems all the time, right? It got to a point within a friendship, like I used to look at it like he's obligated to call me or be there for me. And I'm looking back at this now, it's like he's not obligated to call me or be there. And I wanted to say that with myself now, okay? And I want to say it to everyone that's listening to this clip. You see, we all want support, right? We all want some, people to be there and all that. Okay, I understand that. I just want to say this, okay? And really take it in again, what I'm saying. People are not obligated to be by you. Okay? Listen carefully, okay? People are not obligated to be there to listen to you, to give you an ear. You want to talk about stuff so much, right? And I'm not saying the stuff that you're talking about is not important. You are important. Okay, just listen carefully now. Remember I told you in my other chapter, there's no love in obligation. Okay? If people are going to go about things in a relationship as a duty, the friendship is not strong. It's so weak. Do you understand that? The person, you see, if the person is going to give you an ear, right, or he or she's going to call you, they're going to want, it has to be to a point that they want to do it. Not because they have to do it or they feel guilty or being manipulated. Let's say you manipulate the person, whatever. Okay, it's an example. It has to be at a point that they want to do it. This goes for any relationship. So yeah, that doesn't mean, see, and I had to break this thing down very carefully because I know, see, I'm saying this because, see, I could be very sensitive, okay? And I know everyone's listening to this, depends who you are. You could be very sensitive about these things. You're going to feel like you're not, your head is going to tell you that you're not worthy for people to listen to what you have to say or be a friend. No. You are worthy. You are worthy to have all the friendships in the world. You are worthy to have all the love in the world. All I'm trying to tell you is this. If you're going to mix obligation in a relationship, I'm telling you, it's not going to last. And I'm looking back now, the reason why a lot of people that I used to talk with, why they're not in my life. I could say one of the things is that it's something within the friendship is because of obligation. It's not blaming it. No blame game here. Just kind of looking back and learning from it. Because it's not, you see, and it took me a while to get to this point now, everyone. It's not taking anything away from me. Like the people that I don't talk to anymore, whatever, it's not taking anything away from me. That doesn't mean it's not saying that I'm a loser or whatever. No. I know who I am. I know what I can offer. And that's important. So I feel like maybe because it has a lot to do maybe because of a lot of the years gone by of the friendship with this person and other people I used to know is obligation and all that. And not just that. I feel because obviously I think I'm leaning towards this more. It's because I change. See, I change on the inside and everything outside change. So it could be varied between that or the obligation thing. So yeah. But again, I want to tell you, I just want to say this again. I'm sorry. There's a reason why I repeat myself in my clips. When you press on to your friend, any person that you have a relationship with, that you have to be obligated, you're not building a healthy friendship. I'm telling you this right now. All right? You can't mix love with obligation in any type of relationship, from family to friends to girlfriend to wife, husband, whoever. All right? So it's just it. A lot of us, we don't really see it that way. I feel like a lot of us get certain things twisted. And, on a surface level, you're not really aware of it, but I know deep down in spirit you do know this. I'm just giving you a nudge to say, hey, look, I'm just want to inspire you. So that, so, and, so in that way, deep down inside of you, okay, because you're all consciousness. See, on a deeper level, you will click what I'm saying to you. I'm not communicating to the surface level of you. I'm communicating to the deeper level of you. Because I know who you are. You see, you're me and I'm you. We're consciousness. So again, what I'm saying, okay, I'm not going to sweat it if you don't get what I'm saying right now. But I do know on the surface part. But I do know deep down inside, you do know. So I ain't gonna sweat it. Whether you will get what I'm saying later or now, whatever. But thing is that what's important is that you take it in what I'm saying, and just really understand that you are worthy of all the friendships and the love and all that. But again, when certain people are not in your life, things happen for a reason. You're shifting to different realities. But just make sure that you're not putting it as a blame to yourself, for example. Don't blame other people. I know it seems to be very easy to do that. Let go. If you're feeling bitter towards someone that used to be a friend, let it go. Allow peace to go in. I'm telling you, allow peace, because it's just that, it's good for the spirit, it really is. Holding on to bitterness and all that, it's not going to do you any good. It's really not, because it's just that it's all it does is just going to constantly, you're going to still be in the same box. You're putting yourself in a small box, and you deserve better than that. You deserve a lot. And just look at who you are, your consciousness. You're not just human, all right? Your consciousness. So don't let these things fade you. And again, you can't, there's no love and obligation, all right? You won't have a healthy relationship. I'm telling you that right now, if you're going to have obligation involved, all right? And I don't care how long you've been friends with this person. Doesn't matter, all right? Sooner or later, it's going to crumble, all right? Yeah, I think I cover a lot on that. Just understand that you are worthy of all the great things in life. And just don't take this as a loss. This is not a loss. When there's certain people you're not in your life no more, look at it this way. You're shifting to different realities. There are endless amount of realities, everyone. There's no end. So don't worry about it. Just, everything is around you. All the love, all the friendship is around you. You just have to be open. Okay? As far as meeting new people, be open. Giving you this advice as well as myself. And that's why I had to share about the people that I'm interacting on, for example, on Twitter. I appreciate the people that I'm interacting with a lot, and the friendship. So I just wanted to say this again. I appreciate them. And everybody else that's listening to my clip, following me on Twitter, or, there's other places I need to go on, different social media. I'm going to work on doing that. But, I'll do, whatever on my schedule. I'll do what I can to interact with more people. But, you got to realize that you are valued. You really have to know that, okay? You just have to know it. It's all based on how you feel about yourself. So, but just don't look at yourself as a loser and you're a victim and all that. Don't. You deserve a lot better than that, okay? All right, this is it for chapter 22. And I'm so grateful I recorded this. And I'm really looking forward, to doing my next chapter. And don't know what I'm going to express, but whatever comes to my heart, I'm going to express it. Okay, everyone, we'll be back. Take care.